Welcome to the Shine Club series, Everyday Actions for Black Brilliance. This is a four-part journey to help adults support Black children with intention, awareness, and love. This video is one part of the series, and you can explore the others anytime. Today, we're talking about the third step in this journey, action. Awareness helps you to see the pattern, affirmation helps you to build up a child, but action is where it can protect that child in the moment. I want to share a story with you to just help you to see what action can actually look like in the everyday. This situation happened with a child. There was a conflict with students, and before anyone can and anything could be explained, one teacher stepped in and looked at the Black child and said, "Come with me. I know that you were the one that caused this. You always cause trouble. I'm changing the tone and I'm changing the wording." But there was no questions that was asked. And they just assumed that this child probably misbehaved and you're always getting in trouble. No questions, no curiosity, just a label. The Black child was blamed for the situation. They were cast as the problem. They were cast as the criminal. The teacher was the judge and the jury. But here is where action changed everything. Another teacher stepped in, another adult, and calmly and clearly says, "No, that's not what happened." This teacher explained the situation. In that moment, the Black child was not seen as the automatic villain. They were seen as children. The teacher who'd always accused and always assumed this child was always giving trouble paused because this teacher saw her peer saying, "No, you are wrong." And that's how action changes things. Everyone deserves fairness. Lots of times, children are not believed, especially Black children, but they deserve for their truth to be heard. And when that teacher set in and stopped it and said, "This child isn't bad," that teacher who felt that this child was always bad had to stop and think. They had to confront the story that they were telling themselves because their peer says that they were wrong. And this is what action does. Action interrupts that narrative. It interrupts this thought that you always have, this bias. Action can interrupt, and it does interrupt the harm that has been settling into that child's spirit. If you don't feel that you belong in a space, you're going to do everything that you can to get out of that space, especially misbehave. And action doesn't have to be dramatic. It can sound, "Let's pause. That's not what happened. Let's see how we can make this right. I want to correct the story. Let's just check in." Action is not about calling someone out, and sometimes you do. Sometimes it's calling them in. It's always about looking about the misalignment and you speaking your truth when you see a harm has been done. Because adults can't stay quiet, they can't stay silent. You need to be that voice for that child. Because in society, children's voices may sound loud when they're playing, but they're really small. They don't have power. Action communicates safety. It communicates that there are boundaries. It communicates that you are seeing and making these little voices who feel small heard bigly with the other adults. It communicates that Black children are worthy and they are worthy of respect. They're worthy of fairness. They're worthy of protection and they're worthy for their story to be heard. Action is the third step of this journey, and it's going to lead to the final piece of this series where we're going to talk about environments where children can truly shine. Thank you so much for being here, for following me on this journey, for just wanting to let Black children shine brilliantly in classes and in communities and generally in the world. If this video resonated with you and the rest of the series, please share it, please follow, and don't forget to subscribe. And I hope your day is going really well. And if it's not, I truly hope it gets better.